Hello, and welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most intense and thrilling stories from the world of superheroes. Today, we're diving into an epic tale that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Injustice, Volume 1. If you're a fan of action-packed storytelling, mind-blowing twists, and unforgettable moments, you're in the right place. Before we jump into the adventure, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got more incredible episodes coming your way. All right, let's get started. Injustice, Volume 1. It is midnight in Gotham City. Perched on a shadowy rooftop, Batman gazes out over the sprawling urban expanse. Gotham is silent. Eerily so. The usual cacophony of sirens, gunshots, and anguished cries is absent. The city is at peace. No crimes to fight, no lives to save, no chaos. This is what Batman has dreamed of for years. A tranquil Gotham, free from crime. But tonight, as he stands in this uneasy silence, he knows the truth. This is no dream. It's a nightmare. The peace isn't born of justice, but fear. Gotham, like the rest of the world, has become a prison under the rule of an iron-fisted tyrant, Superman. The Man of Steel, once the world's greatest hero, now reigns over Earth, enforcing his order through terror. But this is not where the story begins. 5 years. Earlier, in Metropolis, the city sleeps under a starry night. Inside a cozy apartment, Clark Kent lies in bed beside Lois Lane, his wife and the world-renowned journalist. The room is quiet, save for the rhythmic sound of Lois's breathing. Yet, Clark's eyes flicker open, his super hearing catching something others couldn't. He turns to Lois, concern shadowing his face. She stirs, sensing his unease. "Clark," she whispers, her voice groggy. "What's wrong?" Clark sits up, running a hand through his hair. "I heard something. Our baby's heartbeat. It's fast." Lois's eyes widen, then soften. She sits up, placing a hand on his shoulder. "That's good, right?" Clark nods, but doesn't relax. "I'm worried. About you. About the baby. This is new. Uncharted territory. What if something goes wrong? What if our child has powers from birth? How will we keep them safe? We'll need more space, somewhere private." Before he can spiral further, Lois grabs a nearby book and tosses it at his head. The book bounces harmlessly off Clark, who blinks at her in confusion. "Lois! You're invincible," she teases, a smile tugging at her lips. "I should be able to throw something at you once in a while." Clark chuckles despite himself. Lois moves closer, wrapping her arms around him. "Clark, I love that you care so much, but let's take this one step at a time. Stop overthinking, Mr. Super Speed Brain." Their moment is interrupted by the buzz of Lois's phone. She checks the screen, her expression shifting to urgency. "What is it?" Clark asks. "An informant just tipped me off," she says, quickly pulling on her clothes. "A councilman is taking a bribe tonight at the Metropolis docks. I need to cover this." Clark frowns. "Lois, it's dangerous. Let someone else handle it." She shakes her head. "I can't just sit at home for 9 months and let the world pass me by while you're out there fighting crime." But Lois cuts him off with a kiss. "Don't worry. I'll take Jimmy with me. I won't be alone." Before Clark can protest further, she's out the door. Meanwhile, in Metropolis, Batman is engaged in a brutal brawl with a group of armed thugs. His movements are precise, methodical, a masterclass in combat. As he disarms the last criminal, a familiar red and blue blur descends from the sky, watching the fight unfold. "Batman," Superman says, folding his arms, "what are you doing in my city?" "Something sensitive was stolen from Star Labs," Batman replies without looking up. "I'm following a lead." As the last thug fell unconscious, Superman nodded. "When you're done here, meet me on the rooftop. We need to talk." Minutes later, Superman joined Batman on a high-rise overlooking the city. The two stood in companionable silence, the lights of Metropolis twinkling below. Superman broke the quiet first. "I have news," he said, a rare smile on his face. Batman's gaze remained fixed on the horizon. "Lois is pregnant," he said flatly. Superman blinked, caught off guard. "How do you know?" Batman replied, "You're stressed." "The last time I saw you like this was when you fought Doomsday," Batman says. "And I doubt you faced Doomsday today. It had to be something bigger." Superman chuckled. "You really are the world's greatest detective." A rare moment of warmth passed between them before Superman continued, his voice softer. "We want you to be the child's godfather." Batman's expression didn't change, but Superman smirked. "Don't even try to hide it. I can hear your heartbeat. It spiked when I said that." The Dark Knight glared, but his lips twitched ever so slightly. The two heroes stood together, gazing over Metropolis, unaware of the storm that was brewing, one that would shatter their friendship and the world itself. Meanwhile, at the Metropolis docks, Lois and Jimmy Olsen hide behind a stack of crates, camera in hand. They spot a shadowy figure in a trench coat and wide-brimmed hat. "That must be him," Lois whispers. "The one bribing the councilman. Get a picture, Jimmy." Jimmy raises his camera, but before he can click, a gun barrel presses against the lens. A gunshot rings out and Jimmy crumples to the ground. Lois freezes in horror as the trench-coated figure removes his hat, revealing the painted grin of the Joker. "Hello there, Mrs. Lane," the Joker says, his voice dripping with malice. Harley Quinn skips to his side, giggling. "It's time to play." Before Lois can react, the Joker lunges, dragging her into the shadows. The next morning, Superman landed at the docks, his bright red cape fluttering against the rising sun. His heart sank as he surveyed the scene. Jimmy Olsen's lifeless body lay sprawled on the cold ground, his camera shattered beside him. Next to the body was a single blood-stained playing card, a Joker card. Superman's world crumbled. His pulse quickened, his hands clenched into fists. Lois was gone, and there was no question who had taken her. A guttural scream of anguish tore from his throat as he shot into the sky, determined to find her. Meanwhile, at Star Labs, Batman moves silently through the aftermath of chaos. Bodies of scientists lie strewn across the laboratory, evidence of a violent break-in. As he examines the scene, the director of Star Labs stands nervously nearby, wringing his hands. "What was stolen?" Batman demands, his voice low and dangerous. The director hesitates. "Kryptonite, the only substance that can harm Superman." Batman's jaw tightens beneath his cowl. "And you didn't inform Superman because of that, yes?" "We're scientists, not monsters," the director pleads. "We weren't planning to use it against him. We were studying its properties to see how it might benefit humanity." Batman's piercing gaze doesn't waver. "Well, now it's in the hands of monsters." He steps closer, towering over the director. "I want a full list of everyone involved in this project. No one leaves this building until I say so." Suddenly, a gust of wind sweeps through the lab, scattering papers and shocking everyone in the room. Superman appears, his eyes wild with fear. "Batman!" Superman blurts, his voice trembling. "I can't find her! I can't find Lois!" Batman approaches cautiously. "Calm down, Clark, we'll find her!" Superman thrusts the bloodied Joker card into Batman's hands, his voice breaking. "He took her! The Joker took her! Please help me!" Before Batman can respond, Superman rockets away, a blur of desperation vanishing into the distance. Batman doesn't waste time. Activating his communicator, he sends an urgent message to the Justice League. Lois Lane has been kidnapped by the Joker. I need everyone in Metropolis immediately. The news sends shockwaves through the League, and within moments, they mobilize. The first to arrive is the Flash, speeding into the city and contacting Batman. I'm here. Where do you need me? Search the entire city, Batman orders. If you find anything suspicious, report to me. In mere seconds, Flash scours every street, alley, and rooftop of Metropolis. Reappearing beside Batman, who is preparing to enter the Batmobile, Flash says, I found something you need to see. Without waiting, Flash grabs Batman and races them both to an abandoned warehouse. Inside, the air is thick with the scent of death. Lying on the floor is the lifeless body of the Scarecrow, his signature mask still on his face. Batman kneels beside the corpse, removing the mask. The Joker, he mutters. They were working together. The Joker used Scarecrow for something, then killed him once he was no longer useful. As Batman investigates, Wonder Woman contacts him from the docks. Batman, I apprehended a man trying to flee. He may know something. Get whatever information you can, Batman instructs. Wonder Woman tightened her grip on the golden lasso of truth, which glowed faintly as it wrapped around the man. Her voice was calm yet commanding. Tell me everything you know. The man struggles, but is powerless against the magic of the lasso. The Joker, he's not here anymore. He left Metropolis, took Lois Lane with him on a submarine. As his words faded, above them, the sky splits with a deafening roar. Superman flies past them, the air crackling with his speed. He scours the oceans, using his X-ray vision to search the depths. Minutes feel like hours, but then he finds it. A submarine, lurking beneath the waves. Superman dives into the ocean with a resounding splash. Gripping the submarine, he heaves it from the depths, water cascading off its hull as he lifts it into the sky. Flying it to the nearest beach, he slams it down with enough force to shake the ground. Tearing the submarine open like a tin can, Superman steps inside. The air is thick with a greenish gas. At the center of the room, Lois Lane is strapped to a surgical table, her face pale and frightened. Around her, the Joker and Harley Quinn stand, clad in gas masks. The Joker's laughter echoes in the enclosed space. "Welcome, Boy Scout," he sneers. "Hope you like the gift I left for you." Superman moves toward Lois, but the green gas saps his strength further, bringing him to his knees. He gasps for air, his vision blurring. "Ah, look at you," the Joker mocks. "The mighty Superman brought to his knees by a little chemistry." As Superman struggled, he looked up, and his heart stopped. Standing before him was a towering figure from his nightmares. Doomsday. The creature roars, shaking the walls of the submarine. Superman's heart sinks as his greatest nightmare materializes before him. And the episode ends here. The story will continue in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Injustice Volume 1. The story is just getting started, and there's so much more to uncover, so make sure you stay tuned for the next part. If you liked this video, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps us out. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when the next episode drops. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think will happen next? Drop your theories in the comments below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay awesome.